Let's just do this. Call me Gil O'Reilly, man. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live, Chris. Why is that thing maxing out so high on the red over there? There you go. Huh? Yeah, right. Because I'm loud.
Loud and I'm proud.
Maybe you got to turn that one down, or is it me? It seems like it's banging out to the red too high, Chris. On mine.
I don't hear nothing on the left one.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, cool.
What's that? Yeah, but it seems like there you go. Maybe mine is too high.
Usually put it a little bit.
All right. So we'll see. It was just maxing out. All right, people, you know what it is. What's today? Today's Thursday. Homeboy, today's Thursday. Welcome to another episode of the American Control Podcast. Big Boo Boo is celebrating his daughter's birthday, so happy birthday to Boo Boo and his daughter. Ándale, cabrón. Look at that. See what we got, homeboy. Portense bien, cabrones.
Sí.
Today we got the homie from Portense bien podcast. Give it up for Predikt. What's up,
Hey,
Playboy?
what's good, man? Aquí nomás. Just try to pull up on your podcast and show some Vallero love, man.
Right, bro, that's what I'm talking
No hay de otra.
Why is it maxing out so red up there? Is that just me, Chris? You see when he talks? You're fine. Okay, we're fine.
Sí.
You know, you see the colors, you see the numbers, you see everything go up. It's
And you got colored eyes. It's like, I don't want to make too much eye contact, dog.
Oh, you just knew that right now, homeboy?
Sí, esa.
Man.
Hey, man, me gustan las pollitas.
That's the killer in me, fool. Don't give up too much game, carnal.
know.
That's how I got my ruca. How much is on my eyes and shit. Remember the gallinas in the cartoon, homeboy, when the rooster was.
Oh, you're talking about the chicken hawk? The little chicken hawk?
What's good, homie? ¿Cómo estás?
Just chilling right here, man. Ya sabes, just another day, another dollar. Just finished recording my podcast on Tuesday también. I had a couple of... I'm going to have a good-ass guest on Sunday night. He goes by Frank Nitty.
Oh, Frank Nitty. That's what's up. The homie from the harbor area.
No, well, Frank Nitty's from Long Beach.
From Long Beach.
Sí.
The harbor.
Yeah,
Come
see.
on now.
Well, wait, I'm from the Valle, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Harbor
what's
area,
up.
you have to know who's who, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But in the Valle, I know everywhere.
You know everybody.
Everybody and from everywhere.
You
dog.
know American Controller now, homeboy.
Está limpio el nombre.
Aquí está. That's right, homie.
You know?
So let's get this thing cracking, man. Where you
Well,
born and
let's
raised
do
at,
it.
homeboy?
Shit, I was born in Guadalajara, Jalisco.
Show.
Sheesh. Ya sabes que me durmieron en el carrito when I came over.
Ay, güey,
homie,
como los
like,
pajaritos.
where am I? Where am I? You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm Mexicano, and I was probably about like 3 years old when they brought me over here. Landed over there in the city of Pacoima.
Vacas.
Yeah, right there for like about maybe like 3 years I lived there.
All right.
And then I ended up moving to Silmar, California. Hasta allá arribita.
Rivals.
Yeah, so I'm a Spartan.
You're a
you know?
Spartan, that's right,
Yeah,
boy.
so I went to Silmar Elementary, Ala Vista, and Silmar High School. You know, graduated también. ¿Qué onda? Traigo diploma.
Ay, güey.
Hey, you know, that shit makes you feel good, bro.
for
You
sure,
know, like,
homie, for
I
sure.
didn't graduate on stage, but I had to go and get it, bro. It's like, what do you mean? I'm not. I have to. It made me feel real good.
Right.
You know?
So what year was that graduation?
1997.
Oh, you're class of 97.
See. So I was going to school right there when they won a couple championships right there when they were playing all the hardcore schools out there in LA.
Ahí estabas tú, the cheerleader.
No, yo nomás estaba mirando quitarle las bollitas a los football players. Like I was like, hey, cállate pa' acá. You know?
Shit.
Yeah.
That's right. So let's talk a little bit of your history, man. You used to rap, no?
Yeah, I used to rap, man. Valleros Inc.
Is that what it
You
was?
know? Yeah. So we named it Valleros Inc. like Valleros Incorporated because the goal was like to try to unite a lot of Valleros, bro. I've always been about how could we work something, everybody together without trying to throw a diss on it or like fuck them, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I was doing that from like 2000 all the way till like 2011, por allí. And my boy Fantasma, casi se parece a ti, estaba chaparrito, blue eyes, everything, you know? Ay, you know, and you know, I lost him to the needle.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, well, like un día, me and his brother Trips, me say, hey, Fantasma's fucking up, dog. You know, let's go give him a calentada. I'm like, well, en caliente, homie, he's making all of us look bad then right now.
Different world, huh?
Yeah, so ahorita, yeah, let's go. And his parents, they're Jehovah's Witness. So se fueron al salón, you know? And when they came back, his other little brother, Chispas, he found them with the needle in his vein, face down, and the coroner was getting there. So when his parents were getting there, imagínate que bien religiosos to run into that. Yeah, man. So that shit kind of like me bajó de mi avión to humble myself, and I didn't even know if I really wanted to continue with the rap thing because it hit me hard, you know. And me and him didn't really end as on good terms.
Right.
So that's what's kind of like eating me up a lot.
How old was he at the time? And how old were you?
Well, it was like 2011. 2011, so 11 years ago. I'm 43, so maybe like 33, and my daughter was like about a year old.
It was still fairly fresh. I mean, 11 years is not that long of a time. It's not like 20, 30 years. So
yeah, so se siente todavía, you know. And I have an album that I recorded with him and Trips, and we never released it. And I mean, I listen to those songs and I'm like, man, they're better than a lot of shit that's out here, man.
I mean, nowadays there's all kind of crazy shit.
You know, and at that time, Fantasma was like our Mexican rapper, like us, his Spanish word of rhyming was hard. You know what I'm saying? And not a lot of Chicano rappers were rapping in Spanish.
On that bar right there, just take it down a little notch on the audio bar. On that one, Chris, up here, on the actual computer. Take it down a little bit on that notch. There you go, big guy. There you go. Go down a little bit. There you go. Oh, it's because I see it. When I see it, I'm fucking...
No, you're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
See. Cool. Hey, pues you working in the construction field, so you know.
Yeah, if I fuck something up...
Ya sabes.
We're chipping
If
shit.
the cement's not even down...
No, yeah, we're chipping shit.
Ahorita.
That's how it is. We're chipping shit. So you got some stuff out that you haven't released.
And it's dope, man. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just like... I'll probably just upload and be like, a ver qué pasa.
You can shoot it to my talent show, homeboy. We might put it on blast. So,
man, that shit's... and it's dope, man. I swear, but it just stopped me. That was just like a pause in my life. And I'm like, well, let me see what else I could get into. And then I met a couple of other people that put me onto the movie business.
Right.
And I started being an extra. And I started coming out on music videos. Came out on Vato video with the Be Real.
Okay.
I was freshly out the county at that time too. So cuando pusieron a los blacks y a la raza junta, like in a little part where like we're seeing each other eye to eye, you could still feel the tension, you know?
Right.
And I was like, pues si se arma, se va a armar.
Yeah, that's how people come out of the county, man. You come out on a different.
Yeah, they mold you in.
They mold you in.
They mold you in, homie.
They do. You can come in there regular Joe,
average Joe,
and you'll come out with a whole different program.
Te levantas haciendo burpees en calzones blancos y todo, dog.
Fuck them.
Yeah, like I'm gonna fucking do me quick 100 right now, you know?
Shit.
They tried to break me off one time, but they only broke me off 50 of them. But they wanted to throw me with 500, but me dieron quebrada.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different world, but that's why we're out here enjoying this. Right?
And that's what I tell people, man. It doesn't make you much of a bigger man if you've done 10 years in order that I did 10 months or nothing. It just makes me a smarter person because I'm out here and you're still doing time. Like, you just picked up another case and they're like, pórtate bien, homie.
Pórtate bien,
you know,
cabrón.
En caliente, dog. I want to see my people out here, man.
For sure, homie. But it's sad because that's what happens, Predikt. It comes out, I mean, in the 90s, you do 2-3 years. It was like, oh, the homie did time. And then as it went on, 2000, you only did 2-3. I did 5 years. Then it went on, I did 20. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, no, you got to do 20 and up. And then they start competing about, oh, he only went to level 2. Oh, then he went to level 3. Oh, it's like,
see, okay, so what is it, Disneyland or what? You know what I'm saying?
It's never enough, homeboy.
It's never enough. And then now you're PC'd up. Like, now you're at 2.5. Like, ¿qué onda? Like, you got to go around the whole thing,
and then
homie.
You're playing the whole, yeah, dude. It's a dead-end game, homie. It's a dead-end game. And that's what we talk about a lot over here. We didn't know any different when we were younger.
We didn't. That's why I tell people, dude, we didn't have no social media, homie. You really wanted to run up, look at the Thomas guide? ¿Dónde viven? Vamos para allá. Like, how do we get there? Who knows how to read the Thomas guide? ¿Sí o no? Look in the back. Look at the street right there. Like, where is it? I don't know how to read these maps.
For sure. I remember being with the homie in a G ride and fucking... And he's like, hey, where's this vato's hood at? So you don't know where they're at? No, and supposedly he hates it. Oh, come on, fool, let's go. Yeah, but it's like, we didn't even know. But nowadays, you could see everybody. And
you could see everybody.
And there's actual communication going on. Back then, it was a real small world, fool. It was
Very small.
right? It was a small. It was your block and whatever blocks that you didn't get along with.
Exactly.
But-
And then when you jumped on the bus, the more people that you're like, oh, now this is this person's hood.
Yeah,
Somebody else jumps on the bus and you get hit up
Yeah.
and shit. So, because that was gonna go see his lady.
On the
So he's
real.
gonna,
Or after school, homie. when
After
the-
school, he's gonna se armaba
yeah,
bien.
with us, we used to be at Walter Reed Junior High, so you get the 228 special. And then that one,
The 228
the
special?
228 hey, that's what it's called. Fool.
Damn.
That fucker will pull up in the back of the actual school, fool, in the back of the school. And ahí en todos los cholos. But the junior high was all the homies. And North Hollywood High, all the homies got kicked out. So those were the enemigos. So when you go to junior high, you go there, hay peleas.
Siempre.
And then the enemies will go to your...
It was all day, all day.
It was a
Catch one of them slipping. You know?
Fools riding, the rough, tough, and dangerous.
That's what I tell people, the RTD, the rough, tough, and dangerous. If you don't know about that,
You ain't know what's
and
going
you my age, I don't know, that you probably used to get dropped off by your mom or your dad.
Ya
But
quiero que sepas, güey.
my line was the 234 and the 92 and the 94.
Dangerous times, huh, boy?
Oh, man, bro. At this time, I was taking the bus because I used to work with Conejo. That's how I met Conejo. I was working at this place called Teletech
Okay.
in Sherman Oaks, right there next to the golf course. It was the AT&T service thing, you know, telemarketing shit. And I was like 17, 18 years old, already becoming supervisor and shit. Con corbata, según allá yo,
telemarketing, where you going?
all the girls that used to walk in there, decían, what do I got to do to move up? And I'm like, what do you mean to move up? They're like, yeah. Well, you know, and I'm like, man, fuck, this type be putting in work, bro. You know? But así son, así agresivas me salían.
Man.
And I was young, fool. So imagine a 35-year-old lady throwing game. I'm like, I'm 18. Puedo ser tu hijo. Like, pero no eres. I was like, pórtese bien.
Pórtese bien. All of a sudden, all the women were fucking high ranking and shit.
Yeah, there was like levels and shit. It was cool, man. Like, I used to take the bus home en la noche también, like at 9 o'clock. Para allá íbamos. I remember my jefita cada rato, hey, ya sabes, desde chiquito, pay bills. So my mom used to get first dips on the check.
That's right.
$100, like every check. So I think my checks used to come out to like $179. See, that was like 97. So, man, I was getting paid like $8 or $9 at that time. But at that time, it was all right money, I think. Money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would keep the 75 and use that for the bus and stuff like that. So desde morrito, they showed me how to like
budget.
Put in work. Put in work. Tienes que pagar algo. El bill de la something.
Lo que caiga.
Lo que caiga.
Yeah, lo que caiga. You gotta chip into the pot. Homeboy.
Yup. And now that I live alone, I'm like, shit, everything's under my name again. I don't even like opening up the mailbox. ¿Para qué?
And the bills don't stop.
They don't stop. They don't stop, man.
Hey, but that's a good thing that your mom taught you that, because a lot of young guys nowadays, even back then, they get the fucking check and they're blowing it, homeboy.
Oh, they're real blowing
right?
it, huh?
Hell
yeah.
They're
Allá andaban.
No, man. Yeah, like I said, that's money that your mom did that. Now let's talk about. So how did you meet Conejo? How did you be part of the SKM?
I met Conejo in 1999.
Oh shit! All right.
He had barely came out with the City of Angels CD at that time. I had heard of his music on a CD que se llamaba Neighborhood Vida.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know what CD, that's when I heard that song. It was se llamaba Conejo. Conejo, you better watch your back.
Yeah,
you know, so
banging, homeboy.
Yeah, so I heard that song and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy right here, homie? Hold on again, repeat. And then that album has a lot of good artists, but that song se me quedó, and all of a sudden they gave me a gift card for Tower Records.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I see. So I was like, oh fuck it, let me go to the Tower Records on Ventura and like Sepulveda. There was a Tower Records at that time. Allá voy, and I'm like, hey man, you guys have any music by some guy named Conejo? And he's like, oh yeah, we just got a new album that he just dropped. It's in the back, and se llamaba City of Angels. So I bought it, started bumping it. I was like, oh, this shit pretty hard, homie. And then I was like, that shit's dope. And then I met him. He started working where I worked at.
All right.
You know, and I was like, I didn't know how to approach him or nothing, you know?
You don't want to be a groupie, fool.
No, I was just like, hey, dog, is your name Conejo? And he's like, yeah, well, what's up? And I'm like, no shit, nah. Serio? I'm like, because right now I just went to the store and I bought your CD, homie. He's like, oh, for real? He's like, he takes out another one. I'm like, oh, sign that sign it, homie.
That's what's
And caliente,
up.
dog.
That's
Like,
what's up.
you're going to be somebody special, homie, as you get older. Because en ese tiempo, who was really out there putting it down for us was like Proper Dose, Lighter Shade of Brown.
And they were towards their end
Kid
of their
Frost,
career.
uh-huh.
They were, because
So-
they were back in like 94, 95.
Sí. So when I heard this, I was like, dude, this is like a Mexican rapper, though, dog. Like, se avienta.
Hardcore.
And I started getting into it, and just the blessing that we ended up working together. You know, for a few years. Le dimos gas.
That's right.
I smoked them out. Man, we had real good times, man. And then everybody got fired. I guess the project se acabó. They ended up opening up Teletech right here on Victory. Right outside that big building. En la entrada del freeway. Ahí lo pusieron.
Yeah, that's right.
That was like 2000, 2001. Oh, man. I think they had FEMA there. All that stuff was cracking, man. But I just vanished and I started working for a company called Airborne Express that now is DHL.
Ándale.
Sí, siempre
You've been hustling, huh, fool?
That's all I know how to do. It's either in you or not.
Yeah, people see you like this guy's a fucking cholo.
Fuck, no hace nada, el güey, pellizcándosela. Like, nah, man, like, trae un chingo de viejas. Viejas sí traigo, pero niños no.
Güey. Oh,
Pero
¿no
niños
hijos?
no, nomás tengo una hija.
That's good,
You
good,
know?
homeboy. Yeah, don't be one of those guys, homeboy. Don't be a mijo dad, homeboy. You know what a mijo dad is?
Nah, and I hate fools that try to be stepfathers of the year, but they can't take care of their kids, homie. Shots blown, homie.
Shots fired, homie. But it's
En
true.
caliente, homie.
But it's true.
Well, I'm just speaking from, because, sometimes I do meet certain females and they already have kids.
Of course.
Not kid, but kids, So it's like, man, do I really want to come in here and I already got my kid? And then, like, it's just, like, it's a bill. Regardless of how I want to see it, I'm like, because I don't want to have no more kids.
Right.
Por ahorita me van a decir, ahorita te voy a dar uno, cabrón. Vas a ver que no.
Yeah.
So I got to go, like, snip it or
Better
something.
be no rat either.
Nah, man, nah.
Chingues, güey.
I thank God my baby mama's not ugly, man. Because there's a lot of fools out there that I've seen. I'm like, damn, what were you on? Pero esa es la que te tocó. So...
The more the party train goes, the quality of the ruca goes down.
Hey, straight up, as you get older, you don't get too much picky no more. You're like, a ver qué, pues.
Lo que
caiga.
Unless you're just balling out like that.
So, nah. I'm not. That's why I don't like these girls nowadays, man. Like, they have no structure because a lot of these girls grew with no daddy around. Like, I didn't have my dad growing up neither.
Oh,
my mom had 3 jales. My dad's still in Mexico right now.
Oh, wow.
Allá anda en Jalisco.
You ever talk to him? Or?
Man.
That's one of those ways.
Nah, well, you know what? My older sister has communicated with him, gone over there, but in my heart, it hasn't letting me open it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, all right, I'm going to call you. ¿Qué onda, jefe? Remember when I needed those Voltron calzones or my G.I. Joes, homie?
Homeboy.
Yeah, hey, we're going to have that conversation. So I don't want to, like, disrespect it like that and start it off like that. Right. So I think if I made it to 43 without him and me raising my 11-year-old daughter correctly without me being taught by my dad, like, mira, así es como se hace. I never had that. All my stepdads were drunks. So that's why I don't really drink or nothing like that. But de vez en cuando sí le doy.
Simón.
But I'm not an alcoholic or nothing. I like to smoke bud,
nothing wrong with
relax, chill.
So what would you say is the hardest thing about raising an 11-year-old little girl?
Oh, man. Man, shout out to King Velasquez.
Man, that's exactly.
Man,
that's crazy.
That's I would have probably done the same thing he did, homie.
Yeah, for sure.
Si me toca, ¿sabes qué, homie? But people are going to be like, hey, you know what, Predikt? I got to give it up to that fool regardless if he's going to do 25. Pero ¿sabes qué? What if it would have been my kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure that person's family is going to be like, well, we're going to look out for him one way or another or help him with his attorney fees. Or I don't know, man. Or probably I'll have a big old fan base right there cheering me on outside of court. Because if you have a daughter, you have to understand, that fool, that when I seen it, man, I was like, what's up, dog? Like,
yeah, fool.
Me calenté because I don't like no Chesters, none of that. I don't like that funny stuff, man. And
it seems like they let those guys get off with, a lot less time. And that's what happened in his case. They released the guy on OR, put an ankle bracelet, and the guy only lived a few blocks from him. So it's like, come on.
So he's still at his pad, and the other homies out there.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's because he has that brown pride flacazo, homie.
People say that it's not that good. It's all.
What do you mean? But what if it was your kid? It wouldn't what?
Yeah. That's what exactly people need to see. What if that was your kid? I mean, yeah, it should be like a crime of passion. Even give him maybe a couple years. Give him a couple years just so everybody's kind of happy. But let's make sure that guy who did that to his kid does 10 years, does 20 years. There should be laws that sit there and make those guys do minimum sentences.
Was that one guy that he got off? That guy that had the biggest assault rifles and everything, El Güerito.
Oh,
started crying and everything.
Kyle.
Like, come on, are you serious? Hey, pórtese bien, homie.
Pórtense
I'll
bien,
be pulling
carnal.
cards, And back to G-Raps, bro. Like, we lost touch one day when I was driving back from driving. I used to deliver out there in Agora Hills. So me vine por todas las callecitas por detrás. And I just seen this guy with the big old Pendleton, big ass pants and everything, pelón. And I'm like, hey, that's a homie CON. So I like pito and shit, I'm having all of these boxes in the back. I'm like, what's up, fool? He's like, oh, what's up, Predikt? Where you been? And I'm like, fool, as you can see, I'm fucking working, homie. Aquí. And he had a sack of some, it was like, not no Bammer weed, but back in those days, we didn't have a lot of options.
The brick shit.
See, a brick. So he's like, here, fool, bam. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to go back into work, but fuck it. I'll take it. And we never seen each other till they finally caught up to him. I got about maybe 2 calls from him within that whole time. Just a private call. Like, who the fuck is calling me at 12 o'clock at night? Hello? ¿Qué onda, güey? I'm like, who's this? So, yo, who? And right away, I'm like, what the fuck, dog? And he's like, fool, no digas nada, no digas nada. And I'm like, well, who the fuck is this? Así empecé. And he's like, ¿tienes una foto de tuyo en el internet? Le dije, ¿cómo? And he's like, no digas nada. And I was like, oh, man, ¿qué onda, güey? What's up? And he's like, how you been? I'm like, how you been?
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's wondering where you're at.
Right.
And we just started chopping it up. Empezamos a hablar de, like, just what was going on over here. And I'm like, same old shit, different day, man. People just wondering where you at,
he
But I don't even know where you're at. You're calling me from a private line. And he never told me his destination or nothing. We kept it like that.
For sure.
And me dice, hey, ya me tengo que ir. Al rato te llamo. And we left it like that. He calls me back maybe a year later.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Again, from a private car. He's like, ¿qué onda, güey? And I'm like, what's up, fool? Like, where you been? He's like, oh, I just got back. From where? He's like, oh, just taking care of some business. Since I had my cell phone right there, I opened it up, and you're the last person I talked to.
Oh, shit.
So I'm calling you back. ¿Qué rollo? And I was like, same old shit, just taking care of business. And that's when we just left it like that. When he got popped, I reached out to him. I found him, like, boom, got a hold of him. He got a hold of me. He got my number, called me, the whole 9 yards. And I started just blessing it, ¿Qué necesitas? Whatever you need. Put some feria in your libros en caliente, for your kids. We got it. Oh, I mean, it's just, and I'm from the Valle, and from where they're from. It's all love. So a lot of people from this neighborhood show me mad love, man.
Right.
A lot of love, So shout out to Kilo, from Cultura Clothing, and it was just crazy porque cuando lo fui a ver, he came into, he was in Wayside. So I was like, hey, for when can I get a fucking straight directa and going over there and talking to you in person? Right. He's like, well, I got my familia. It's like, you only get 1 visit, dog, or 2 visits, I think Saturday and Sunday, or break them in half, some shit like that. So voy, and as soon as I get off the car, I already smell like weed and everything. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm here at Pitch's Detention Center, homie. Last time I was an inmate here, dog. So I'm really, I really got to see the other side.
Right, the side that leaves, the side that goes
the
home.
Nice side, the nice side that gets to go home. So voy, le doy mi de esta. I started going through the little line. I waited. They took me on a bus all the way up to I think it was Supermax or Medium North. I forgot. Ahí llegamos, and that's when we finally seen eye to eye. He had hair. I thought he was gonna be bald. No, just got super low key.
Angelito, güey.
Angelito, no. And I just felt all the cameras already like, you know, the shares already like, oh, we got Predikt in the house. What's up? You know? And we just started talking. And what do we talk about? Like 30, 40 minutes. And then they just cut the line. Clink.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll call me up. And I kept on doing that probably like maybe about like a year and a half or so.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah, so el bill sí salió grande. You know, the collect cost.
Yeah.
Entra, it's like $3 to accept it, I think. And like,
and
like $1 a minute or something.
That's a good record right there, homeboy.
You know, and like I said, everything out of love, dog. That's the SKM way, dog, you know. And a lot of people have asked us, like, I want to get into SKM. You guys want to jump me in? Or like, nah, dog, it's not even like that, bro. And people are like, I want to be from there. I'm like, fool, is like, yo nomás les digo, I guess you got to get grandfather in by Conejo, homie. I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
So, how many guys are in SKM?
Man, I don't even know. Let me see. Let me remember.
It stands for Sinister Kingdom, right?
Sinister Kingdom Music.
Yeah, that's
Sinister
right.
Kingdom Music.
Yeah, I see a few guys banging that SKM.
Oh, yeah, we go hard. We go hard. It's like an SKM event. It's an SKM event. You know people are going to pull up.
That's where me and you met.
That's where me and you met. Okay, so I was freshly out the hospital.
Oh, I remember. You had that sling.
I had 3 surgeries, bro.
What happened?
He's like, what happened? Me quedé dormido on my sofa recliner. Bam, all lifted up and chilling like this. Me quedé dormido for like maybe 3 hours. And when I woke up, me levanté. And I just moved my hand up like this, and my left shoulder dislocated. I've had shoulder problems since high school. So I just kind of like, it popped back in. So I pushed a little button to bring it all down, you know, the leg thing. Y me moví, and this one popped out. I was like, bro, stop. All back to back. And I was like, I tried to move it and pop it back in, and I just saw the bone move, and I was like, dude, this shit is not going in. It's not going to go in. So I was like, ¿qué hago? I'm not going to call fucking 911 in the ambulance right now, cutting on my fucking pad. So, nah, that's $1,000 en caliente. Man, I was like, nah. So le llamé a my homegirl that works at the hospital. I'm like, hey, I dislocated my shoulder. What do I do? She's like, I'm on vacation, but I just got back from Cancun, but I'll take you or something. I'm like, but you're going to have to wait till like 6 o'clock.
Oh, Jesus.
I dislocated that shit like at 6 in the morning.
No mames,
so ahí me esperé otras 8, 10 horas en mi casa.
Mames,
just like this, just like, fucking let me smoke while I'm waiting. I didn't know what to do. Me llevó, and as soon as they took me through the emergency room, I'm like, who's all up in here? Porque empezaron a llegar gente like crazy, like I was a superstar, but it's all the doctors, the guys that are going to pop your shoulder back in. Different nurses trying to take your IVs, fucking putting me to sleep. Like, what's going on here? Sign there. I'm like, all right. So I woke up, and they couldn't pop it back in. They fractured my shit.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. Oh, man, now we're going to start getting into that, dog, you know? And me quedé así. Then they released me. I was like, you're going to release me? I feel like I'm on drugs. So I Uber home all the way. I was at Olive
Right. The people's fucking hospital.
Man, that's what I say. I'm like, I seen Over the Top, dog. That guy's mom died here, homie.
That's our general hospital in the Valle for people who don't know.
Yeah, exactly, man. So me pusieron next to this one guy that came from Wayside. Right next to me. I passed him up. I passed the sheriff ladies. You know how they wear white? Mm-hmm. And I was all like on the good ones, like, hey, ladies, damn, what's good? You know, like, and I'm like, but why are they here? As soon as they put me in, they put my bed next to that one guy. He was wearing his county blues.
Right.
So I'm just like, hey, what's good, G? Like, what are you here for? You know, like, just asking before the sheriffs came.
Right.
Oh, man, it was bad for what I was hearing about him. Like, first of all, you're not supposed to have me next to somebody like that because what if they got paperwork on this vato? Aquí me voy a levantar, hold on, homie. You know, I ain't got no blues on right now. So, llegaron about 4 sheriffs, and they started, like, picking at him, like, come on, man, just sign the paperwork, you know? Just sign it. You're guilty, you know? Like, and I'm like, just guilty of what? You know? And they're like, yeah, man, you know that shit? We have all of you guys on camera. There's three. It's because 3 people fucking. I think they overdosed on fentanyl.
Oh shit.
There was like some white girl that walked in there. Ya estaba laced up, and he's like, so he signed the paperwork, you know. So it's like, damn, what the fuck is going on here, homie? Like, I'm listening, you know. And I'm like, hey, bro, I don't think they're supposed to be pressing up on you like that. You need an attorney. I got attorney Rosenberg right here, homie, and Caliente, homie.
That's right.
You know, for real. So I'm like, I got a badass attorney, dog. So fuck them. Don't say shit, dog. Like, they're violating your rights right now, homie. You're not even in your right state of mind.
Of course.
Because the guy, he was like, where am I?
Oh, he was so all fucked up.
Where am I? And I'm like, dude, you guys cannot be. So the sheriff turned around and looked at me. He gave me that little ha 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 ha. And I'm like, bro, you can't be. And I'm over here like, fuck me. Where's my? Y lo agarraron al guy and they took him away from me, bro. Because I was gonna right away start making phone calls for him. Like, I don't know, man. Because sometimes you're not guilty for certain things, man. And for me to hear the sheriff say that,
Oh, you know they're dirty, homie.
they were like, just sign. And well, what about the other 3 fools?
We'll put them on him.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
your clavo right there.
Yeah,
boy.
man. So I was listening to. I was like, I'll call Rosenberg for you, right?
Hey, Rosenberg.
You know, hey, he's a badass criminal defense attorney.
He is. I
man.
already spoke to him. I got to get him in here. I'm just waiting for the right time for the case. Actually, it might be a good time now that we have the Kane case going on.
Sí.
You know what
Ya
I mean?
que?
So, hey, you did some mail service for a little while, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, dog. I became a mailman.
You were
dog.
a mailman, huh?
Sí, en Caliente, dog. They had me over there working in Conejo Park, most of Winnetka, sometimes in Conejo Park.
But you look like the guy that steals the mail, not the guy that delivers the mail.
Man, you should see how people used to look at me, bro. I used to hate delivering to apartment complexes. Because, you know, you have the arrow key.
Yeah.
Hey, that arrow key is worth money, bro. Esa chingadera era un chingo de mailboxes.
That's the key.
You know, people think that it's only one arrow key and it's going to open up everyone to every city. Nah. Nada de pendejos son. They got like 4 or 5 of them. So only certain people have them, you know?
Of course.
So la abríamos, and I remember there was a time, it was right there off of Roscoe and Topanga Canyon at one of those apartments right there. I'm over there throwing all the cartas. And I'm like, fuck, Folsom State, all right. Bam. Fucking Corcoran and Caliente. Delano, boom, and they're all set to the same hyena.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I was like, I got you, bitch. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what are you, a pen pal from Teen Angel Magazine or what?
Everybody. She's with everybody.
She's promising the world to the first one that comes out.
You should have put Predikt right there.
Shit, right there.
You
No,
know?
hell no. I was just getting the whole scoop on her. You know, so I remember when she came out, as I was putting it was about like a 30-unit complex.
Right.
So I was there for a little bit, not too long. And you could see her con su chicle. And she's like, oh, shit, you're a new mailman? And I'm like, nah, I had barely started. She's like, I never seen a mailman like you.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm like, and you probably never will again. You know?
Estaba echando los perros,
Sí,
güey.
en Caliente. No, and then she's like, how did you get a job here? And I'm like, by keeping your record clean.
There you go.
She's like, why your baby daddy locked up or your tios or
A couple
a couple. I don't know who it is, but I got the whole scoop right here.
But there's some hyenas that if it's almost like when you go to a job and they do the background check and they say, all right, you know what, you worked here, you do good. There's some rucas out there that if you ain't got no prison record, homie, they don't want to fuck with you, homie. They only like they only want penitentiary guys, homie.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea why, bro. Like, you know, and I'm blessed, you know, that I was able to expunge my record when I got the job at the post office. So it's like because I mean, cuando me agarraron por unas cuantas cosas, bro. So I was like, ¿cómo le hago? People started educating me, expunge your record. I'm like, how do you do that? You got to go back, follow the whole thing. You're going to go see the same judge and then the same DA. I was like, oh, man. And they didn't want to. The DA didn't want to. Like, fucking keep that shit on his record, you know? And the judge is like, I see you trying, mijo. You know, like, I think her name was, man, I don't even remember. But I know it was on the 3rd floor in San Fernando, at San Fernando Court. You know, right there when you go,
that's rough and tough. They'll get you right
you're automatically guilty.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're going to pay all the penalty.
See.
So, you man, and I talked to her, and she's like, you know what? I told her, I'm trying to work for the post office, you know? She's like, oh, okay. You know what? For some reason, I believe you, you know? And bam.
Is there a post office boot camp?
Yeah, well, they give you, it's a 2-week training. So it's basically the boot camp.
It's the boot camp, huh?
Yeah, en caliente, ya te ponen, you know?
Where they make you fucking run around with the bags? Or what
They give you a bag. It's right there off of the 126 and the 5, right next to Pitchers Detention Center. También
right.
para acabarla. Right next to it, dog. So it's like this big old warehouse, and they have the LLVs, así se llama el mailman car, LLV. They'll train you on how to put on your seatbelt, drive when the door's open, you gotta have your seatbelt on. Certain mailboxes are here. They'll throw little parts where it's raining. Like, en caliente, dog, yeah. So they probably, it cost about, at that time, which was 2012, about like $5,000 to train, they called us a CCA, City Carrier Assistant. They don't even want to give you the title of a mailman. So you're like the mailman's bitch.
But you still got the whole gear.
I got the exact same thing, but half the less pay. You know, they're getting paid like $30.
Half the less pay, no fucking benefits, and the whole shebang.
But I gotta pay the union dues.
But you still gotta pay the big homie.
The big homie. So just in case you get in trouble, we could represent me. Like, fuck you guys too, man. You know, I got into it with them a couple times. I got a hernia right there. I got hit by a car.
Oh, it's roughed up and dangerous in the mail
office. Oh, man. Some fool took the red light, dog, y me aventó volando en el carrito, dog.
With the little carrito?
No, yeah, I was in the car driving. I was crossing the street, and some fool in a Mercedes takes the red light. I think it was Corbin and Sherman Wayne. Hey, fool, as soon as I was crossing the street with the car, I was like, oh, that fool's coming too fast, homie. I even went like this, and boom, like that fool crashed his fucking car. And fuck, fool, I was like all shooken up. Man, it was bad. So I park and I call the supervisor like, hey, I just got hit. The fuck? And it was a coverage day, a Tuesday.
Right.
All the junk mail was there and everything. He's like, are you all right? And I'm like, man, I just got hit by a car, bro. He's like, you think you could still go? Wow. I was like, are you fucking serious, bro? Like, well, if you can, then just go back to the post office and you know, we will send you to the clinic, not even the hospital.
They said the clinic.
Fuck, it's for reals, bro.
and that's the U.S. Mail Service.
That's the United States Postal Service in
Jesus.
Caliente, homie. Take care of your employees, motherfuckers.
Oh,
sheesh.
Hey.
I go in on them, man.
Hey, so did you remember the motto? Through rain, sleet, or snow, or something?
Well, there's a big ass sign that before you leave the post office, it says 365, we stay alive.
Andale,
so it's no days off, homie.
They don't, homie.
No, and at that time, we had gotten a contract through Amazon.
Oh, yeah, Amazon.
For the Amazon Prime.
Yes, that's right.
This is 2012, that's 2013. Right. So guess what? We're working 7 days. Because UPS, FedEx, they didn't want to take that contract. They're like, nah. And so the post office like, you know what? Yeah, we don't deliver that much mail no more. Yeah, so in the future, we're going to start delivering parcels. Right. I was like, that's fucked up, man. I'm like, I have a court order that I got to pick up my daughter every other weekend.
Oh, shit.
Driving from Winnetka all the way to downtown LA, bro. And I have to be there by a certain time.
You know you don't get her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, one of those.
And me agüitaba because la recogía, go back to Silmar. I had to get up early. And le decía a mi hermana, hey, cuídame a mi hija real quick, you know, like, and I'll be getting back to like 6 o'clock again. And on Sunday, you got to come in again to deliver the parcels. Only Amazon Prime. Not Amazon, but the Prime.
Amazon Prime.
So if you order on Saturday before a certain time,
me,
on Sunday,
the next day is bam.
En caliente,
like
homie.
Hey, they're with
Servicio,
me, 24 hours, fool.
That's what I'm saying.
Major. But it's crazy that you have a private entity contract with the United States government to fucking bring their packages on, boy. That's what they're doing, right?
That's what they're doing now.
Hey, so before I ask you this question, I'm going to give you this quote. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah.
Which are the meaner dogs that you came across?
Those little bastards. The little ones, man. Those little ones, homie, los que se les cubren los ojos. Parecen walking carpets. Those little fuckers, the little chihuahuas. Man.
They're with the business,
as a matter of fact, I even have a video of one of the dogs, how he takes the mail away from me. Porque in Conejo, And when they come out of the mail, it's right there through the slot, through your door.
Right?
So
Yeah.
le tienes que abrir, and you hear the dogs barking. So as soon as I put in the mail, bam, they'll take the fucking mail right out of my hands, almost chopping off my finger, bro. It's a real dangerous job, man. La neta que
Hey,
sí.
people don't know, right?
They don't. Some people respect you, and some people's like, what do you do all day? Just deliver mail? Okay, Kyle, homie, they're hiring. No, Kyle, homie, they're hiring right now. I just talked to one of my camaradas. He works there, but he works in Chatsworth. He drives a 2-ton, which is the bigger ones. He's like, packages. He calls me. He's like, hey, Louie. And I'm like, what's up? Who's this? He's like, it's me, Robert, from the post office. I'm like, oh, shit, what's up, fool? He's like, hey, dog, they don't make them like they used to no more. I'm like, what happened? He's like, fool, people be coming in. And I swear to God, I seen people quit the first day.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
And I'm like, so you're going to tell me those 2-week training of spending $5,000, you can give the mailmen that are already working a raise?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, desperdicio de dinero, dog. They don't make them like they used to no more. He told me people drop like flies. They walk in there because they're personal trainers at the gym y bien chingones y todo. All right, te va, homie. We got parcels. We got junk mail. We got letters. We got magazines. What you need? AAA, IKEA, like en caliente, homie. We got it all, homie. Vas a salir bien rosado, dog. Watch when you're so rosado and you're like, you still have like another four more hours to go, bro.
Oh, bro. Y andas caminando así, güey.
Like a cowboy, homie. Your calzones will rip from the bottom. So much going like this, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
man. I had some crazy ass, almost fainting ones. You get crudo? Not the business.
In the heat, homie.
Okay, imagine being 110 outside out here in the Valle. Ya sabes.
Yeah,
guess how hot it's in that little carrito. It's made out of steel.
They don't got AC in that bed?
They got a fan.
Oh, they don't have AC?
Nah.
Oh,
so think about it. So it's like 130 up in that little bastard.
Why don't they put a fucking AC in there?
Why are they going to make it comfortable for you? Pa que no hagas nada? It's government, homie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's like,
a la brava.
It's like the seats at McDonald's. They don't make it comfortable so you eat and get the hell out of there.
Exactly.
So you're in that car. Like,
the only thing that it does have is a heater. And that's by law because, you know, when it gets cold, it gets foggy.
I'm surprised they don't have a fucking AC in that bitch, dude.
Bro, it's because they say,
want
we're
you
not
to get out of there.
In and out. Keep working. Go. It's like a soldier. So I tell people, working for the post office is really like you signed up for the service, man. They give you everything. I double pepper spray that, homie. Fuck it, en caliente. I'm not going to get no gun. I had to go heads up with the pit bull one day, bro. That shit was not the business, man.
How'd you go heads up with the pit bull?
Man, it's like I'm walking out of your house, and then I'm moving to the next house, and I'm over here looking through letters and magazines and getting the junk mail.
You know,
so I'm not even looking up yet. I'm not even.
Yeah,
ya me la sé, man. Bam, fold it and put it in your mailbox. So me voy pasando, and there's a pit bull right on the street, right on the pavement, así mirándome, and I'm like, let me cross the street right here, go through this tree. So he's looking at me like that, like, and I'm like looking at him like, well, what's up, homie? Like, so I let it be. I went to the next neighbor's house, so I skipped that house.
Yeah, of course.
And then when I skipped it, that fool followed me, and then he tried to come after me. And as soon as he tried to come after me, I fucking me bajé la bolsa, and I fucking swung at him. Bam, what's up, bitch? You know what I'm saying? And I pepper sprayed him twice.
With two?
Yeah. Hey, homie. I went in on that. It was a red nose. It was a red nose pit, dog. Imagine like 120 to 130 pounds going at you. On swole. What is he eating? Filet mignon?
I'm gonna fuck this fucking mailman up right now.
Yeah, so I fucked him up, and the neighbor came out, the owner, and I'm like, hey, homie, get your fucking dog. What the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, oh, man, no, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, fuck you, dog. I told him, I'm like, fool, I know where you live, homie. If you want, I'll come back after. I'll come back after. I'll clock out, homie. And if you want that fade, we'll take it, homie. I'll be off the clock. Hasta me quito my... Hey, don't fuck with me, dog.
I'm putting my postal service badge down.
Exactly. What's up? You know, like... It was one of those things. So they stopped his mail for like a whole month.
Oh, you guys can do that,
bro.
Oh, you guys got power,
Man,
fool.
fuck with me,
Don't
homie.
fuck with the mailman.
Don't fuck with the mailman.
Don't fuck with the mailman.
Leave him a Gatorade, leave him a water, and nothing will ever be missing, dog.
You gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Oh, that Gatorade? Oh, man. What you got a package? I'll come back here and caliente en la mañana. I'll leave it here first things first.
I'm gonna start putting water out there for the mailman, oh boy. On the reals, though.
Déjales Gatorade.
You don't think about that
fucking
sometimes.
little Red Bull, nice and frío. Like,
Yeah, little
man.
hielerita,
For
huh?
Mr. Mailman. Like,
Mr. Mailman.
yeah, hey, homie. Believe me, even if you have like a little cooler.
Yeah,
le
for
pones
sure.
un sign que dice, open for mailman. There's a water, juice,
Ahí mero.
everything. You nomás lo agarra, dile, but just leave the chest. You know what I'm saying? No, but every day he's going to look forward to bringing your mail. He's like, all right, at that spot right there, it's like a gas station. That's where I'm going to fill up.
That's where all right.
My electrolytes, something, man, because there was a time that I didn't even have water, and I wasn't even close to nothing. Ya estaba bien seco. I was sweating salt. When you're sweating salt, that means you ain't got no more water in you, bro. Yeah, you're done. And it was a very tough job, man. I can't believe I gave them 4 years, man. Almost five.
That's a good chunk.
And I still wasn't a regular. That's why I was like, man, there's still
they
like
didn't
9.
give you.
Well, no, it goes by seniority. So in order for you to have a
real
regular, let's say you're the mailman,
right?
You got to hang up your boots. So we move up.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like the 9th in line. I said, so I got to wait maybe 2-3 more years. I'm like, nah, homie, I'm going to be in here 7 years and still not be regular. Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of rough, huh?
So I already got big. I already got a hernia.
Hey, what's the name have that unlocked, though? Fool, is it the Filipinos?
Oh, yeah, those
got
are
that
smart.
unlocked, huh?
Sí, esos sí se mueven.
Sí se mueven.
Esos sí se mueven, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to give respect where it's due, bro.
They got the mail service on lock and they got the nurses on lock.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure. I saw a lot of those fuckers over there at all of you.
Hey, I could have sworn I saw a fucking mailman over here by the RV taking a leak, though, homeboy.
Oh, man, I used to take a fucking piss in like a Gatorade bottle and I'll throw it on your yard. Fuck it, homie. Like, I mean, I'm right here in the corner. Fuck it, where do I take a piss at? There's no bathroom, bro. I'm telling you.
So where did the mail? I never thought about that, dude. Where did the mailmen go?
Well, I just told you.
Así, a la brava.
Pues si quieres.
No chingues, güey.
Well, where are you gonna go? Like, I mean, you just going to McDonald's to take a piss is gonna take another 10 minutes to get there, another 10 minutes to come back and continue. That's 20 minutes. You do that shit like 4 times out of the day, homie. That's already a whole hour.
Oh, you already lost a few blocks.
And you still gotta go do those blocks.
Oh, jeez. I see my mailman out here.
The sun went down and you're still working.
Hey, sometimes we'll see the mailman out here like at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, they'll have a little headlight.
Yeah, why are they running so late?
What do you mean? Because tomorrow's mail is like,
It's
well, you know,
coming.
like Fat Joe says, he's like, today's price is not yesterday's price. So the mail from yesterday, it still has to get delivered.
It's coming.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's coming.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, man, it's a very tough job, man.
They should make like a little hole in the carrito, way, so when they're fucking driving, they can take a leak down there, homeboy. Nobody will see it.
Well, I used to ask my homegirl that was working at the post office, and I say, "¿Tú cómo le haces?" You know me, like, "¿Cómo le haces?" She's like, "Man, I had to use one of the little tubs where
they carry all the mail.
I'm like, "Hey," she's like, "When you have to go, mijo." I was like, "Ponle, pues." Yeah, I mean, hey, ask a mailman.
It's a dirty job.
It's a dirty job.
Somebody's
got to do it, man. That's why you got to respect the mailmen that do the walking. Forget the ones that pull up y te avientan el mail in your...
Where I'm working in the Palisades right now, se enoja el pinche mailman because he's got to get off his car and fucking put it in there, fool.
He gets mad when you're blocking him.
Yeah, he gets mad when you're blocking
he won't even leave you your mail. He'll leave you a note like, we're not leaving your mail because you're blocking the mailbox. Así son. Those are the ones that are all spoiled.
The spoiled ones, huh?
Look, this is how you recognize a real mailman. Look at his calves. Si están grandotas así o bien duras, you're like, oh, that will be putting in work. Si le miras a uno con una panzota, ya sabes que esos están sentaditos.
There's levels to this shit.
There's levels to this shit, homie. You know, and then there's the ones that do apartments. I didn't like apartments because there were some apartments out there that had like 1,000 units, bro. Ahí vas a estar unas cuantas horas. And then on top of the mail, the parcels, I got to go to this floor.
Yeah,
no, man, it was too much for me. So I used to like the action. Ponlo en las calles, dog. Ahí voy. You know, but... I mean, I had a lot of experiences, man.
Was there ever in a adult movie moment where you ran into a viejita that wanted part of the mailman?
Yeah. I did somebody's route, And ese vato siempre se perfumaba. Like, hey, fool, you smell like that old man Polo, fool. We're here at work. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? So I ended up doing his ruta.
Right.
And, you know, they call it a parking loop. Where we start here, go, cross the street, and come all the way back down. So, you know, the address is reversed. But it'll end up at 7501 and it'll end at 7500. So you gotta go all the way up about like 20 houses.
And they already have it in your pack like that, right?
Well, no, you gotta fucking find it and put a rubber band on it. Y ya están todos bien alistados. Okay. But you gotta do that in the office. But if you have it all unlocked, hasta con los ojos cerrados, I'm like, damn, bro, that's a lot. And another pack. It's a lot. There's some blocks that are heavy in mail. You know, there's a lot of ballers because they got a lot of bills. So there's a lot of letters coming in.
So what's up with the viejitas?
Man, nomás decían, they were like, me miró así. Yo me acuerdo very good because I was walking and I look and I see some lady like through the blinds, like, who's this guy, you know? And as soon as I get to her mailbox, it was on the side. She's like, she opens the door with her bata, homie. Like, she's like, are you my new mailman? I'm like, no. Like, I barely started, dog. So I'm like, nah, I'm not. She's like, you want some water? I was like, yeah, I'll take a water. She's like, okay, hold on. She gives me a bottle of water. Shoot, I put it in my bag. I continued. How long are you going to be here for? I'm like, I don't know. I think your mailman's out for like 2 weeks. So I don't know. And the next day I went, same thing. Scoping me out like, you don't got nothing better to do? You know, Netflix and chill or nothing? I boy. And she opens the door. How you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing cool. You know, this is a coverage day, so I traigo las chingaderas, all the red plump mail and all that shit.
Right.
She's like, you want some water? I'm like, yeah. So she comes and she brings me a glass of water. I'm like, oh, this lady wants me to stay and talk to her, dog.
A huevo?
Yeah, so I did. Well, I mean, I'm supposed to drink the cup and give it back to her, though, right? I can't take the cup and be like, all right, thank you, you know? Yeah, so así empezó, you know, and así lo dejamos.
El amor imposible.
Ajá, no, y siempre me dice, she's like, man, my husband's always at work.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, I have one of my cousins that he don't want his wife to be working. He's like, she's a stay-at-home. She's gonna be a stay-at-home wife, and like, cause I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna have a double shift, and I'm like, fool, you know, there's a mailman, right? If you think your lady, man, believe me, bro.
Trucha for the mailman.
Trucha for the UPS man too. Trucha for the plumber. Trucha for the mechanic. I mean, we could go down the line, you know.
For sure.
Yeah, si la girl quiere, va a salir.
Eso sí.
You know, sin pedir.
Hey, so you be out there in the fucking storms when it's storming?
Storming, raining, fucking wind.
Lo que caiga,
Lo que caiga. You want your mail. As a customer?
Yeah, of course.
You give a shit if it's raining? Because I remember there was a lady, she's like, my mail's wet. El Niño's out there right now. El Super Niño and shit. Like, look at me. Are you lucky you're getting your mail like this? Oh, man, I had a lot of people tell me all kinds of stuff. I had un viejito. I was like at 9:30. Era las 9:30 de la noche.
That late?
Yeah. And he's over there like just looking at me like, So by the time I got to him, he's like, what seems to be the problem with you guys, man? Every day seems to be getting later and later. And I'm like, well, tell your mailman to start calling out sick, man. Así le dije. He's like, this is bullshit. I'm like, here's your mail, sir, and if you have an issue with it, you're always free to go and get yourself a P.O. box, and your mail will be there by 9:30 a.m. sharp. That's right. Every single day. I ain't gonna do that bullshit. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I gotta continue doing this fucking long-ass route too, man.
I'm still working.
I'm still working. You're holding me back.
You're complaining.
And I got 3 more blocks to go, dog.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to all the mailmen out there, man.
Sí.
Or, no, post, or you can't say mailmen anymore. You
oh, yeah, just to the United States Postal Carriers.
To the Postal Carriers. The Postal Carriers. Yeah, but the mailmen and mail ladies out there putting out. I didn't know it was that rough, tough, and dangerous out there.
Oh, man. It's man, I'm telling you, bro, like, when I quit, even the postmaster was like, man, if I could only have, like, 3 of you, I could get rid of 7 of these motherfuckers, you know? But I mean, it's a lot of politics involved in there, like favoritism and all that. And my union shop steward me dijo, it's not a race, man. It's a marathon, whatever, you know? And I'm like, man, I just want to do my job. Get the fuck on, homie. If I want to be done by 4 o'clock and go home.
Now, if you get off early, are you still clocking in the same hours or?
Nah, hold on. If you think you're slick, like, all right, I'm going to run the route and come back. Oh, shit. What time is it? Hey, well, guess what? So-and-so, he's backed up 3 hours. I'm like, ese güey se la estaba pellizcando, homie. Like, he already took 2 breaks, a lunch, and now I got to go help him after I already did a 3-hour swing, which is, that's what they call when they break down a route.
Right.
So los vamos a dar a 4 personas. ¿Quiénes son los más chingones? We got him, her, and caliente. Okay, 2 hours each, because that's already 8 hours of pure footwork. You know? So, así lo hacen. I'll be like, man, that's fucked up. I already did this. They're like,
sorry, but you're
just stay out there. Like, man, so allá voy. En chinga, ayudarle a otra persona, dog. Like, you think you're going to leave early? Nah. Just pace yourself. Put in the 10 hours, because, you know, if you get back early, they're going to send you right back to help somebody.
I think your homie was right, man. It's a marathon.
It's a marathon, homie. Yeah, and I'm like, I want to leave because I need to go pick up my kid.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so I work differently, man. Raza just works differently, man. We really go in.
Right. So let's get into the part. How did you end up coming up with your podcast? What was your inspiration for the podcast and everything?
My inspiration, I mean, since my boy, rest in peace, Coco from the Wayside Locals, rest in peace, he was signed to a 3-6 Mafia with DJ Paul.
Okay.
And me and him became like Batman and Robin around 2015. You know, I was working at the post office at that time, you know. You know, he's like, oh, you're a mailman? Oh, what's up? You know, like, well, fuck it. You know, we could always make things happen, you know? And just became like that. We became really tight that he became like my little brother. We're 10 years apart exactly. And
he was older or younger?
No, younger.
Okay.
I'm 43, so he would have been 33 right now.
Oh, wow.
And he died in, I think, 2018.
What did he pass away? Or if you don't mind me asking.
No, he was a cardiac arrest.
Okay, cardiac arrest.
He stopped breathing in his sleep or something,
he was young.
you know? He was young, you know, but he was really partying.
Right.
He was really partying, you know, and...
living that fast life.
Well, the trap life, yeah. You know, and shit after that, I had to get my shit together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so how do I do it now to make shit happen?
Right.
Everything just started landing in my lap, and I just started doing my own thing. But when I started with the podcast, because he was telling me, I remember the first time that Instagram Live came about.
Okay.
And I'm like, what is this shit? He's like, dog, check this shit out. You just hit that button, you're going to go live. And I'm like, live for what? I mean, I was still at the post office. I was like, what's all this new generation shit coming on?
Right.
He's like, nah, look, this is the future. And I'm like, puro pedo, dog. Nah, look, let's just wait for somebody to pop up. Hey, what's up, y'all? Like, we're just like that. And he's like, look, Predikt. Man, you need to be like a vlogger. I'm like, what the fuck is a vlogger, homie? I'm a fucking mailman, G. Like I don't have time for all this shit right now.
Shit right, homie.
Yeah, you know, and he's like, you need to have a podcast, G. And I'm like, you got it. And I'm like, I got what? He's like, your character, your charisma, the things that you say, like, your energy, it brings a lot of people. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I just left it like that till he passed.
Right.
And then I came across certain people that I was like, man, I need to get on a podcast, somebody's podcast. I didn't know who to hit up because, like I said, I was always working or like, just who do I call? Who do I start looking for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I reached out to a couple people, and a couple of them, they were like, oh, you know, we're just overbooked, or we'll hit you up. Or I was like, man, homie, like, hold on, dog. I've been putting in work since like 1999, 2000, homie. Por favor, dog. You know, so I ended up reaching out to George Perez.
Okay, that's
George Perez Stories. That's my boy. He's got his birthday's coming up April 1st.
That's right.
So he's a regular now at the Comedy Store.
That's what I heard, man. Congrats to the homie. That's
you know, so they're gonna have a show there on the 1st, something Fulio's, right? But it's sold out already. Nice. Some heavy comedians, you know.
Nice.
So I reached out to him. And he's like, what's up, my boy?
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, dog, like, I want to come out on a podcast for I want my story to be heard or something. He's like, For sure, homie. What's up? And he's from out there from the 714, like Santa Ana area, you know. And for him to show me love and open up his puertas to me and everything, like it was just a blessing. We pulled up and it's just like me and you. We just started kicking it out.
Yeah, for sure.
So at the end of that podcast, me dice, look, my G, I think you need your own podcast. Fuck going to people's, but you need your own.
That's
like,
right.
And I was like, are you serious, dog? Like, you really giving me that blessing? He's like, I'm telling you, bro, you need your own. So fuck it. Right next day, Amazon Prime, where you at, dog? It's my turn now. Now it's my turn. Now the mailman's bringing me all kinds of shit. You know? So he gave me that blessing, and so did his co-host, XG. XG and E-Zone from We Don't Smoke the Same podcast.
Hey, I'm supposed to go on their podcast.
Okay, so I do my recording right there.
Okay.
So I record out of Dr. Green Thumbs and Be Real TV Studios right
downtown,
there.
right?
CCC.
That's right.
You know, so as I told you, now you go come to mine, G. I'll squeeze you in and we'll go in the way we go in on my podcast,
That's right.
you know?
That's
why
sure.
I told you, like, así regreso las blessings.
I was just a little busy, but I said, no, I'm going to get you on over here.
CCC.
So I'll show you that level.
A huevo, you know? So when I met them, they blessed me, and like, since they go live on their shit, a lot of people were like, dude, where's Predikt? Where's Portense bien? See. Everybody was like catching my wave. And I'm like, see, organically, bro. Like, they gave me that blessing. And then I just looking at my shoulders. And I was like, man, that shit just stopped everything for me. But I was like, ¿sabes qué? Con la chingadera puesta y todo, I'm going to pull up, homie, so nobody could bag on me or talk shit like, ha, fuck that fool. Like, nah, check it out. Even Young Dog came out on a video with the sling, homie. So if you go in on yourself, it lets you know how much pride a raza has to still, todavía puedo trabajar. Sí, hey, homie, con una mano le voy a dar gas, dog. And I started doing that shit. I came out the hospital and I went straight to the podcast with my robe on and everything, homie, all fucking morphing out. Who knows what I was on at that time, dog. But allá voy, like, I need the podcast. I need to be on it. Like, I really wanted to do it for the people. Like, look, homie, it doesn't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't.
You know, but si le metes pata, because now everybody wants to have a podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and when I came across your podcast, Trip Out on This, I was just scrolling down YouTube, and then I ran into your live or something. And what caught my attention about you is crazy, because this is at the time when the pandemic started, right?
Right.
And I don't know who got their asses kicked in like a San Diego school or something.
Oh, the tortilla incident.
There you go. The tortilla incident.
Right.
And when I heard you, I was like, that's right. Though. Like I got pumped up. I'm like, if we unite and we make the phone calls that we're supposed to, we're going to fucking make something happen.
Yes, absolutely, brother.
And a lot of people didn't believe you. And you're like, hold on. I'm going to make the phone calls right here. Watch. Boom. They're giving me the runaround. And I never knew what happened. How did it end? But that's what caught my attention about you. I was like, look at him, homie. Pressing up, homie. Like it's not all about Black Lives Matters, homie, or now it's about people in general, dog. Like, play it smart and play it right.
That's how you bang out here in the streets. Like, not in the streets.
No, we make phone calls now.
Yeah, we make phone calls. You email people and you do that. But it ended up working out good. They ended up firing the coach. They ended up giving an apology. They ended up taking away the championship from those kids.
Hey,
that's what it's about.
Because that's messed up,
that's
bro.
Horrible.
That's horrible.
That's horrible. And a lot of shit like that happens around our community, but too many people are quick to dismiss it. Too many people are quick to say, no llores, no, esto. But they continue to do stupid shit like that. And that's why we're doing this. But where did you come up with the name Pórtate Bien? Porque espérate, güey. My wife asked me, so who's coming? I said, dude, remember that guy with the sling? She's like, no, I can't remember. He's got the Pórtate Bien podcast. He's like, what? He's got my mom's podcast? Because her mom always tells her, Pórtate Bien. So where did you get that one from?
It came out, well, basically with the pollitas. You know, like, when I tell them, like, hey, pórtense bien, pórtate bien, you know, and they're like, no quiero. I'm like, ay, like, man, estás casada, ahorita no. I'm like, all right, at least I'm telling you, pórtate bien, and you don't want to, so later on I can't be having your husband.
Trucha for this mailman, oh boy.
Yeah, you know, pórtese bien, señora. Like, you know, like, cuando me decían, no quiero, I was like, son traviesas, man.
¿Tú crees, güey? ¿Tú crees?
Pues, like I said, that's how the name came up about, like, hey, Portense bien. And they're like, no quiero. Or they're like, make me. Like, oh my God. You girls are evil, man. You know, so that's how the name came about.
That's right.
You know?
So I saw, like, we were chopping it up for a little bit, right? And going back and forth, me going on your thing. And then I saw you on I forgot which was the homie you did. You did about 3 weeks ago or something. And you were talking to him. I liked your vibe, man. It was very positive. You're trying to keep it completely positive on your thing. And
that's why I tell people my shit's just wild, but it's honest.
Right.
Honesty.
Right.
You know, and when I tell people I only have one kid, you know, but shout out to my baby mama. You know, even though fucking está cabrón a veces, you know, when you have a kid and you separate and everything, but nobody's perfect.
No.
And if I could come on the podcast and something without throwing shots at her and say that she's a great mother to my child, what else could I ask for?
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
And la gente no entiende eso. Like, why are you going to be going to war back and forth? Dude, it's nothing but negative energy, and your kid will pick up on that shit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So what's some of the kind of advice you would give to people out there trying to start a podcast and thinking that it's just, you know?
That it's so easy and everything to do. Be authentic with your stuff. And if you have to really want it. Because I think I spent about like $5,000 in equipment or something, man. You know, but again, through Amazon Prime, run up the credit card, pay it off again, run it again.
Yeah.
And then I broke my shit. We started doing the podcast over there in Covina.
Okay.
By episode 3, they kicked us out because I took a banda. Shout out to los de Compton, el grupo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they came in there with, you know, they were doing me some corridos. I felt like a narco. Mexico, homie. I had my thing on, homie, so give me a shot. Dale, ahí me estaban cantando, you know, so it felt like powerful.
Yeah,
like, yeah,
bars.
homie, I'm on here just in my feelings. Aviéntate otras, avientan una de Jalisco. I was like, that's right, homie. Like, casi se me salían las lágrimas, you know, but with one arm, and I think the owner was a white person.
Right.
Hey, you guys are too loud. I don't want you guys here no more. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I guess, dog. And just E-Zone, he's like right hand man to be real.
Right.
So, you know, through him, salió la bendición of being able to record over there. And in the meanwhile, I was recording in the same spot where the Dr. Green Thumb studios at, you know. So it was just a blessing. Shout out to Be Real for just blessing me, like,
that's what's up,
and believing in me, because he could just be like, nah, I don't want that fool in here or nothing, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just positive energy that I bring out, and I always carry myself correctly.
Yeah.
Siempre, o sea, I like to fuck around a lot, pero no soy llevado to the point to putting hands on people. Like, I don't like people doing that shit. Like, hey fool, don't touch me. Like,
yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of people that are very touchy. So I went out, and people were doing that shit to me, you know, like at this concert.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, every single time we're like, what's up, Predikt? I'm like, oh, shit.
I you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, like, that's how I sounded, fool. Like, so I stay away from places that it's just too compact. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me. But now that I can move my hand, ya no más o menos, you know? But they want to do surgery here too. Está grande la cirugía.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Hey,
Jesus, that's 13, all the way up the arm.
19 fool. Screws in there, homie, in the metal plate.
You make the metal detector go off in the airport, don't worry.
Hey, nah, but guess what I found out? I went to Vegas, and I asked somebody, like, hey, bro, I haven't flown in a minute. Where's this shit? He's like, oh, you go talk to the lady over there. And he was waiting to go through security, TSA and all that.
Right.
He's like, hey, dog, ask him for a wheelchair. And I'm like, what? Like, ask him for a wheelchair. And I'm like, all right. So when me dieron mi ticket, le dije a la lady from Spirit, excuse me, could I get a wheelchair? She's like, yeah, hold on. We need a wheelchair for Spirit Airlines. We got somebody.
For Predikt.
Llegaron, me senté with my cane and everything, me siento, and they take me all the way to the fucking front. They show them my ID. Before I had my backpack, I had my jar of weed in there. I had all my narcos, everything. Jesus. Oh, man, I had a whole party pack going in there, dog. You know, and palabra, dog. And then they're like, can you get up? And can you go through the security, you know, the big ass thing that turns?
Oh, yeah. Does your body scan.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, I can't lift my fucking arm. How do you want me to go?
Oh yeah, you gotta do that. That's right.
I'm like, I could do this with one hand, homie, but I can't move this one. And so they had to bring somebody and manually pat me down. No, you know. But they were just like, man, hold on. I'm like, so it's not gonna go off? I'm like, I didn't know I had 19 screws in there. Jesus. So recently, probably about like a month ago, when they showed me the X-ray, I was like, the fuck is that, bro?
Fuck that many screws for that shit.
Bro, ni te quiero enseñar. You're going to be like, oh, shit. It looks like somebody was having fun at the construction site.
Playing with the screws and shit.
See.
Yeah, that's a shitload of screws to have in your arm.
Yeah, and I have 2 more under my armpit too, homie. And that shit made me get in my feelings with the hospital a lot.
I bet, of course.
You know, and I've been trying to find myself an attorney, but for those kind of cases... For malpractice, it's very hard to even find one. They don't want to touch it. I'm like,
it's because the hospitals have big pockets and big time lawyers. So for you to try to fight them, that attorney
it's a waste of time.
But
that's what you went to school for, right, fucker? Ponte a trabajar. You could probably cash out and retire.
They got other cases that are much cheaper and they'll get their money in a year or two.
En caliente.
So how long you been doing the podcast now?
Man, well, I'm going on maybe like 19 episodes already. So I do one a week.
When did you start it?
Before my arm got dislocated. Which was I didn't start mine till like 3 months ago. But when I went into George Perez, I've been to George Perez about 5 times within like 20 episodes. He's like, people fucking want you back, dog. He's like, you're the only one that has been on my podcast like this, like, okay, I came here next with somebody, and then it's me again. He's like 250 and 252.
I'm looking for you, George.
No,
I got his number. He's supposed to come in a few weeks ago. Then he got one of those gigs at the comedy store. At the comedy store. He's like, hey, yo, I said, dude, get your money. I'm not gonna fucking hate on that. Even though still wasn't gonna come here.
It's dope, man. Yeah. Like he's such a great comedian, bro, and like I love the jokes that he throws. He
is funny
because he's throwing you some. He's real funny, shit, homie.
Funny, homie.
You know, a lot of cocaine jokes.
Crazy
and
stories.
Shit.
That got some crazy fucking stories.
That's why when we talk, he loves me like a brother, bro. You know, he blessed me with a pair of Jordans out of nowhere. Like, I was like,
trucha con ese vato.
Man, dispensa, homie.
Trucha con ese vato,
¿Qué traes?
Yeah, he's got an agenda.
What's going on in the Juice County, dog?
George,
you know, you treat me very nice.
With Predikt, homeboy.
So I blessed him with, I think, like if I'm not mistaken, like a 5-ounce silver bar.
Ay, güey. You guys are giving gifts to each other, huh?
Man, I take good care of XG too, man. Because
all I got was a fucking shirt.
They didn't even get a shirt. Hey, those shirts are exclusive, man.
No, it's a better shirt, man.
Gracias, Mr. Dibujo from Arizona did
that. Is that right?
Yeah, man. He gets down with, if you ever want some personal stuff, you could reach out to him. You know, Señor Dibujo or Mr. Dibujo. You know, I could link you up, man.
For sure.
You know, nice writing.
Hey, so you coming to our meeting on May 21st somewhere?
To who?
Our meeting, carnal.
Oh, I thought you said Armenia.
No,
I was like, where?
No. We're going to Ukraine first. Then
we're going to Ukraine and we're going over there to take flight.
We're going to our meeting, homeboy, May 21st, somewhere right here in North Hollywood. Carnal.
What's going down?
We're going to have a meeting about us, homeboy. About us, how we can progress as raza, how we can sit there. And I got a couple of speakers coming in, educational, finance speakers, and then just kind of figure out how we can actually get this movement moving forward and stop just...
Más rápido.
Yeah, stop just talking about it.
Stop with the bullshit, homie.
Stop with the bullshit. Let's get together and actually...
Like, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of followers and they use it for the wrong things.
You know that, homeboy. You know that.
You know?
You know that.
If you're not showing no skin, nobody hits the like button.
Yeah. That's it. It's a shame where you will get the views, you will get the subscribers if you put out... I don't want to say garbage content, but just pendejadas, güey. Pendejadas. That's the best way to say it. Si pones puras pinches mamadas, puras pendejadas.
And people, guess like in 2 weeks, I'm actually gonna have a guest on my podcast.
Right.
He goes by King Caesar.
Okay.
All right. He fucked up one of the guys, some white guy that was fucking with the vendors, dog. Okay. He's like, yeah, you motherfucker, stop fucking with our vendors. This was gonna happen to you. So I found out who he was, and I had reached out to him before my podcast ever even started. Like, hey, bro, I'm gonna have a podcast, and I would love for you to come and let us know what happened with that shit, because you standing up for a street vendor, homie, man. I salute you, bro.
Right, for sure.
You know, and I would love you to come in here. You know, y a ver qué pasa.
When's he coming on?
Probably like in the next 2 episodes, he's gonna start coming down and shit.
So is it hard for you to be getting people to come in right now, or how is that going?
Nah, man. As a matter of fact, I have I was with my boy Kilo in downtown, and it was funny because I was barely. He's like, come with me to downtown to go pick up some gear, and I'm like, nah, fool. I got this shit on me right now. Ahorita I'm not even in my right state of mind. I can't even camino como tortuga bien despacito, güey. And we parked in the back alley, and 2 fools fucking pull up in bicicletas.
Right.
And I had the window up, and they're like, hey. And I'm like, I didn't want to make contact with them because I'm like, man, I'm fucked up right now. And they're like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, I pulled down the window a little bit and like, what's up? He's like, Portense bien.
Portense
and
bien.
I was like, CCC.
That's right.
And they're like, what's up, Predikt? And I'm like, what's up, bro? And they're like, you don't remember me? I'm like, bro, I just got out the hospital. I mean, I lost like 25% of my memory. So, nah, he's like, it's so-and-so. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, how's your arm? I was like, the fuck? Well, as you can see, this is my first time even out on the streets, bro.
Right.
You know, but they just caught me like that. Nos fuimos, and then we got off of Western in the 101. We went to Goida, Que Ricos.
Yes.
I come out of there. Some food parks right next to us. He gets out, he's like, Predikt. And I'm like, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? Because I mean, it's just like, what?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's good or bad. And he's like, Portense bien. I follow your podcast, dog. And I'm like, CCC. I'm like, I don't know, dog. What do you want to do? You want to take a picture? Like, all fucked up. I'm over here all fucked up, you know? But it was just so genuine that I really cannot do what I used to like doing. Like, just, now it's like, either I fuck with him or like, fuck him, you know?
Right.
And it gave me a real reality of it. Like, I can't go everywhere that I want to.
Yeah, people start recognizing.
They start recognizing you, you know what I'm saying? But in a good way, because like I said on my podcast, I don't throw shade at nobody, pero te la voy a decir a la brava.
That's right.
You know, and cuando vas a que te lean las cartas, no te van a decir lo que quieres.
Yeah, of course.
Pero te van a sacar el dinero.
Te van a decir la neta.
Te van a decir la neta.
Yeah, I ran into this one guy right here in North Hollywood at Tom's, maybe like about 3 weeks ago. He had an old gangster ass Regal, all primered up. And
They're coming back.
I'm looking at the Regal like, oh shit, that's just badass. And then I'm walking by the guy. I hear American Cholo. I said, what's up, homie? Damn, I know it's gonna run into you because I'm right here in my city, right? I said, what's up?
And I was like, I knew.
Yeah,
like,
damn. And he's a young guy. He's probably like in his late 20s, maybe early 30s. He has a little girl in the back of the car. You know, she's probably like 9 years old or something. He's like, hey, homie, I just want to tell you, man. Thank you, homie. You making me think different. You can tell he's all choloterao, got tattoos, but
isn't that the best feeling, bro?
yes, for that's what pays all the bills for this shit, homeboy. Like straight up.
That's why I tell people, like, it hits me, bro, that people that I don't even know from different cities or different states fuck with me, like heavily, like they look at me like I'm like an A-list celebrity, and I'm not. I'm an average Joe walking on the street. All you gotta do is say my name or like approach me correctly.
Of course.
And you see how humble I really am, man. I'll probably tell you, have a seat with me. You want a shot? I'm just like that, bro.
Right, for sure.
You know, si te invito a comer, it's on me. Agarra lo que quieras. Don't worry about it.
But what it is though, and you'll see it. The bigger your platform will definitely grow. There's no doubt in my mind.
Oh yeah.
The bigger you get, the more hate you get, even from your.
Oh, I've had that since I was a young one. Siempre les quitaba las novias y se enojan conmigo. Like, bro, like it's not my fault that one of these females that I hooked up with in high school is your wife now.
Ay, güey, no chingues.
No, I mean, hey, Silmar's a small city, homie.
Silmar's a small city, homie.
It's 13.2 square miles or
That's
something,
it.
but todos se conocen de un modo del
huevo.
otro.
Huevo.
But, I mean, let's say after high school, 10 years later, you hooked up with that girl. I mean, that don't mean you gotta start talking to me, homie. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's one of those things like that. We're like family or something. Like,
Yeah.
man, all bitches rattle, homie. How about that? You know, and then like 5 years later, they're not together, but they got a kid. Like, te dije, pórtate bien, homie. You should have stayed
cabrón.
away from it when I told you, dog. You know, so así es como corre el agua, bro. Like, I've always had haters, but I've always had a lot of people that could vouch for me because, like, I haven't folded under pressure, not even
right.
going with the fucking vaccine, homie.
That's right.
Like, nope. Like, they tried giving it to me at the hospital.
Yeah, they're forcing people to get
Oh, they were trying to force me, dog. And I'm like, I'm double shot.
Yeah, some of them.
Hey, le saqué la tarjetita. What's up, homie? Like,
Ay,
they're like,
güey.
we're still gonna fucking test you. I'm like, no, fool. Me agarraron casi from my head y me metieron en el Q-tip.
Ay, güey.
You know how they gotta do it 10 times? Like,
yeah.
oh, stop, dog. Like, and they got it.
Hey, but this is crazy times we're living in right now, fool. This is
Man, this is only the beginning.
this is some biblical shit we're going
This
through
is
right
the
now.
beginning of the end, if that makes sense.
Hey, that's what it's kind of looking like right now. That's
exactly what I read in the Bible.
That's what it's looking like right now. Fool. We got the pandemics, we got this war stuff going on. La gasolina está como 7 varos, güey.
Yeah, no, y apenas está empezando. Watching August.
Yeah, by summertime.
$8.
Yeah, well, we'll hit 7 for sure. Yeah, some place will hit $8.
It's already hit 7 at some
insane,
place.
fool. That's insane.
No, hey, I seen fucking people just jumping on the little bicycles y vámonos, or the little scooters.
I can't go to the Pacific Palace with no scooter, fool. No
Come
chingues,
on,
güey.
you have some nice legs, dog. I got shit down the little tent through the little.
I'll have to leave like at fucking 3 a.m.
¿Qué le hace?
Up
Be
Sepulveda.
traffic.
Nah, no manches, güey.
Mira, going all the way up through the tunnel. Ahí sí te va a doler la
I have the
pata.
fucking caps like this.
Hell yeah.
Down.
But imagine going down. You're gonna be like this, homie.
Nah, fool.
Once you pass Mulholland Drive, you're like, all right, this is downhill from now.
Hey, they got these trucks going right now. I don't know if Long Beach did that. They got these trucks that are pulling up at the fucking gas things. Underneath, they have fucking things that they pick up that hole and they put them in there before they pump the fuel out.
Oh yeah, I seen that shit. Some fools come with drills.
Oh, with the drill?
With the drill,
Yeah,
dog.
they're drilling your tank.
Man,
No chingues,
ahorita
güey.
I saw that shit in the news. I'm like, it's getting hard.
Oh,
fool.
it's only gonna get worse because the gas is gonna go up, the food's gonna go up, the beer is gonna go up.
You got a top ramen all day.
Oh no,
homie.
wait! Oh, the top ramen in the county
case.
be like $4, oh boy.
Before, when I was there, it was like 06. They were, I think, like 97 cents.
But the chingan way, yeah.
It was like $20 for the case, so you will save some money. Y todavía me estaban taxiando. They're like, you gotta break bread.
You gotta break bread.
Well, one item for every 20 grandes you spend. So how much did you spend? $100. 5 items, homie. I was like, 5 sopas, dog.
Pórtate
Like,
bien, carnal.
so
Pasa.
the next time around,
You learn.
I said, ¿sabes qué? Because some guy looked over my shoulder like, oh, you big bally. And I was like, what, dog? Like, this vato, homie, whatever. So I started ordering my tienda and I said, you know what? I'm order some chanate, homie, en caliente, dog. So I ordered the coffee. Y cuando llegaron, like, homie, here, I got the coffee, homie.
There you go.
Leave my sopas alone, dog. leave my sopa. I like my warm sopita right there and everything. Don't fuck with my sopa, homie.
Está cabrón,
If you guys
güey.
like drinking the black with no sugar,
Está
homie,
cabrón.
denle gas, dog.
Yeah,
But don't
for-
fuck with my sopas, dog.
Yeah, you have to bribe them, homie. Here you go.
Yeah, and that's what they like. The coffee, homie. You don't like sugar? Nope.
I like
Straight.
it black, homeboy.
Straight, the black.
Me too in the morning, homie. Black coffee. If I can't get my coffee, I won't get going, homie. I have a horrible day.
I remember the homies would tell me, you want some chanate? I was like, fool, the blacks are right there, fool. Fool, is some chanate,
It's called
homie?
coffee.
It's like, oh, why didn't I just say coffee? But it's just like, it was just funny, dog.
Oh, shit.
You know?
So what's in the future of Portense bien, homeboy? Where are you trying to take this thing to?
Oh, man, it's just, I like having conversations with people, man, and I just want to appreciate the time that God has provided me to be alive, because it was rowdy, like, last year, for me. So I had my 3rd surgery. I didn't even think I was really going to come out alive, man, because the nurse had told me, he's like, well, who's going to make your final decision for you if something goes wrong? I was like, bro, stop right now what you just said. You didn't tell me that the previous 2 surgeries. You're weird. Like se me salió una lágrima. Because my mom was right there. And I'm like, Mom. And I was like, everything went down. So I told the nurse, you know what? Tell my mom in Spanish what you just said. Like nothing. Oiga, señora, ¿quién va a hacer la última decisión por su hijo si algo va a pasar mal en el operating room? And I told my mom, you are. And she's like, I'm like, it's 7 in the morning, Mom, and I can't even call my daughter right now and tell her I love you just in case something happens. I'm not married. I'm single. Who's going to make my fucking decisions for me? Not the doctor. But I told my mom, if something does go wrong, pull the plug. I'll see you guys. I'll be with my grandpa, my primos, my tios. Like, if God wants me, I'll be ready. So I was in my sentis. Gacho. Me llevaron al cuarto to the OR.
Yes.
A bunch of lights and everything. I felt like that movie Vanilla Sky.
Oh,
like,
shit.
What's going on here, bro? Llegaron. Big ass guys, like, pick them up and put them on the fucking operating table. I was like, no. I'm fine. I could still get up. You guys are going to fuck me up more.
Right.
So me levanté solito y me senté y me acosté solo. And then they put that mask on for me. And they're like, I was like in my feelings, like, let's go now. You know, I don't want to know what's going to happen. So that's when I woke up with like 19 screws in me and everything. Me llevaron a un cuarto que estaba un señor. He was like Taliban or something, bro. So he se dormía temprano. Estaba solito. And I'm like, I never been to this side of the hospital. So yo entré and I was like, hi, good evening. He didn't say one word to me. I was like, all right. That's how you want to play? Me dieron I told the nurse, can I get the remote so I can watch TV? Yeah, don't trip. Me lo dio. Le aprendí las noticias y todo. Le subí el volumen. He didn't say nothing or whatever. Then he wanted the fucking TV turned off. I was like, you got me fucked up, homie. Le voy a bajar el volumen. You're at a hospital, homie.
Yeah, of course.
If you don't like this shit, fucking check out. You know, discharge yourself. Tell your family to pick you up and go home. So he was like, I want TV off. And I was like, fuck this fool, man. Like, let me just mind my own business. He got out to go to the restroom. And when he opened the door, he looks at me. And he couldn't say shit to me because I was shirtless. I was just chilling like this. And he's like, oh, fucking gay member, you know. And whatever. He just gave me that look. So what are you going to tell me, homie? Nothing. Mind your business. He was in there for like 10 minutes. Probably all constipated. Hasta que salió de allí, he didn't even make eye contact with me no more. We left it like that. Y in the morning, llegaron, me dieron fucking some Oxycontins or something. And I'm like, I had a fucking IV coming out of my neck because they couldn't find a good vein. So they're like, we're going to go through the main one. I was like, so they did that when I was in the operating room.
Shit.
Man, I went through it bad.
Some shit, huh?
Yeah, so when the other patient wanted the shit turned off, I'm like, fuck it, turn this shit off. Let me I'm gonna turn it off and I'm gonna turn on my YouTube on my fucking phone. Fuck him. Straight up. So then he got on his phone and he started talking like in a different la. Okay, fool. You know what? Like, now you're making me uncomfortable. Cause I don't know what you're calling. What are you saying? Like, let me fucking
hospital beef.
Yeah, hospital beef. So
beef.
I'm like, you know what? Let me discharge myself right now because what if I don't know if you want to do some funny shit here, homie, but just let me go home and you could do whatever the fuck you want, homie, because that funny talk got to me real quick.
Real quick, huh?
I was like, you said what? Like, no. Like, all right, fool, I'm out.
I'll get you.
Yeah, I'll get you, homie. So I called and I'm like, can I get discharged? They're like, you want to go home? I'm like, well, if you ain't gonna give me no morphine doses or nothing,
I'm out.
Well, I might as well be home watching some narcos, dog, you know? Ahí me quedo con mis perros because my female died.
Dogs?
The one that you posted, she died on me, bro.
I saw that.
She died on me the day before I went into my surgery.
How old was she?
She was 4.
Why so young?
Well, man, I don't know, man. I just always keep on thinking que alguien me hizo una maldición.
Yeah, it's young for a dog to die.
Yeah, you know, like, it was crazy because it was a Thursday that they tried to hook me up on Friday. I was supposed to go get the surgery, and the doctor didn't show up. He had called out. And I'm like, so you're going to leave me with the fucking half shoulder torn off till Monday? They're like, yeah, but we're going to keep you here in the hospital. We're going to give you medications. And I was like, that's pretty fucked up. So on Sunday, I told my little nephew, hey, go feed fucking Snow, you know? And I have my ring cam in there. And my neighbor's like, hey, fool, like, tu perro no se mira bien, güey. Like, and I'm like, fuck. And then my little nephew, he's like, tío, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Snow, man. It looks like she's dying. And I'm like, let me see, get the camera and put it right next to her. And I was like, what's up, mija? Like that. Like, when she heard my voice, she went, and then she, dio el estirón, and she died right there.
No
fool. I was like, damn, homie. And then the nurse comes in, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay. My fucking dog just died.
Oh, Jesus.
Like that. Like, I went off on her like that. Like, it's like, oh.
Hey, güey, te echaron brujería, güey.
Man, 3 times. Las dos veces que me operaron no me lo pusieron bien. and I had like a cave, like a volcano. And I kept on telling the doctor, I'm like, I don't think
wrong?
something's wrong. And they're like, nah, they gave me MRI, CT scans, X-rays. And I'm like, dude, you knew it was fucked up the second time around. You just worked the loophole thinking, let's just see what happens. Maybe it might pop. Nah, you already got all kinds of screws on me. Jesus. So I didn't, when I went back, me dice, we're going to have to do surgery ASAP. I'm like, what do you mean ASAP? I'm like, I'm already walking in here with my tail between my legs like a dog, like, no quiero. I told them, I'm not mentally prepared. I just lost my dog. I'm not even right from my shoulder. They're like, well, the soonest day we got is December 3rd. I'm like, can we wait after December 11th? They're like, no, because the holidays are coming and all this shit. And I was like, it's because I have a show to attend to. The Nightmare Before Christmas with Conejo. See. So I was barely a week off from the hospital. So when I was walking with the cane.
I saw you in a lot of pain, oh boy.
Man, dog. Yeah, even I still remember, gracias for the shot that you gave me, the little mix with the vodka.
That's
you know
right,
what I'm saying? Yeah, estaba yo como en la esquinita, like, fuck it, homie. And that's that day. A lot of people like, what's up? And I'm like, oh, dog,
yeah.
Give me another Norco. Fuck it, homie. Ahorita se me quita el pain, you know?
Now that show's popping over there.
Yeah, man. That's Conejo brings a different energy, and he really sets the tone on a lot of rappers that want to rap or they're bringing out an album. Well, you better keep doing it because the homie already dropped about like fucking 10 in the past 3-4 years that he's been out.
Yeah, grinding, homeboy.
Oh, he grinds, and he's right now working on another shit. Like, he don't stop working. He's a workaholic, man.
That's right. He's providing for that family.
He's like Bruce Lee, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know? Power.
So let's start wrapping this thing up here, Predikt. Let people know where they can find you on IG. Let people know where they can find you on YouTube. And
on IG, it's just Portense bien with 3 N's at the end, you know, like Portense bien, you know? And same thing for YouTube, man, the Portense bien. You know, just go out there, hit subscribe, hit the like button, and just like that, man, reach out to me if you have a cool story to tell. If you girls are females out there that got a story to tell, authentic stories, reach out to me, man. I'll put all you guys on. Like, that's what I'm here for, man, to try to help the raza out. No shade on my end, man. You know, and shout out to the SKN mob. You know, Conejo, myself, Predikt, Capone, Tony Capo, Kilo, Spider. You know, and anybody else that has to do stuff with the camp. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And the guys that believed in me was George Perez and XG, Ezone. A real solid shout out to them, man, because without them, I don't think I would be where I'm at right now. And there's only bigger things coming for me, you know? I keep on asking God, like, just take care of me, man. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for nothing. Just take care of me and let my voice be heard. Because I want to help a lot of people since I'm Mexican, came straight from Mexico. I'm that American dream type of guy. Like, I came here with nothing, man. You know? And now look at me.
You're that American cholo, homeboy.
Mexican. Mexican. Sí, Portense bien. Thank you very much, man, for the humble
for sure, homeboy.
Conversation, man.
For sure, homeboy. No, I wanted to get you on here, so next we'll go on your podcast.
Yeah, man. Bless it over there, now you got my energy and you see it's all good, man. So...
No, man, thank you for coming on. All right, people, you guys better go check out the homie's YouTube, his IG, his YouTube channels, Portense bien.
Sí.
Yeah, he's got some great talent there, great interviews on there. Show him that love. Go subscribe to his channel. Other than that, you guys have a good one. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. And we're out. Fade to black, Mr. Chris.
Every day is Friday.
Every day is Friday. But that's chingón, güey.
Sí.
Ah, shit, that'll work. All right, 182.